The climbing gym. I think I spoke in the past about this. When you do rock climbing, top rope and lead climbing, one, you need technique. This is clear, you need technique. Then you need to know how to utilize your legs. But then what you need is not necessarily upper body, it is forearm strength. You need to be able to grip yourself with your forearm from my elbow to my hand, to my palm, and then strength in here. This is what kills me every time I'm doing auto belaying. Yes, this is what kills me. My forearm dies fast. On Via Ferrata is not necessarily the same. You use the forearm not the same way. It is more upper body all together, and you have to have strength in your palm, in your wrist and hand. It's true, but it is more about the whole upper body when it comes to what makes a Via Ferrata more difficult. Now, Via Ferrata is more about spectacle. Rock climbing, it is about, I believe, pride. Yes, I see the people, how they are, how they behave, even with bouldering. They always speak about the things which it might be okay when you get into that environment, into that mentality to try to solve the exercises. But then when it comes to Via Ferrata, the more I think about it, the more I get to the conclusion that it is about acrobatics, it is about making a spectacle. All the elements are for that, literally are for that, to enjoy the experience. It's not necessarily to solve the exercise, which is true, you have to solve the exercise as well, but it is more about the fear that if you lose control, you don't know how you'll get out of that situation, because the fall on Via Ferrata is a no, and that one is the big thing. Rock climbing or wall climbing, gym climbing, top or lead climbing, you always have the belayer, the person down, taking slack away and making it easier. And you can fall on rock climbing. While rock climbing, you can fall over and over and over again and eventually get to the top. Via Ferrata, you fall once and you might be done for the day or done forever. So that one is a big difference when it comes to Via Ferrata rock climbing. In Via Ferrata, falling is a no. And when you start solving these acrobatic or spectacular or spectacle elements, which is overhangs, most of the times it is overhangs. Because in rock climbing you have to cramp in with your fingers to get there, squeeze, push yourself towards the wall. It's not the same in Via Ferrata. In Via Ferrata, what usually the difficult segments are overhangs. There are some other elements, verticals, where you have to pull yourself up against the safety steel cable. But in general, the overhangs are the big thing. Yes, a spectacle. The fall is the problem. Now, the warrior, I will speak more about it. I will come more on the topic. I was now thinking while climbing at the gym in the first half an hour, 45 minutes, my forearm got tired and I could no longer solve the more difficult routes. And then I took a break, and then when I came back to it, it was pain. It was hurting. And I was thinking, oh, now I will for sure drop. I was almost on top. And that's okay because it's auto belay. Again, it's not Via Ferrata. Good. So the warrior, solo, whatever. I'm doing solo everything. Like even here, I'm coming because they have good auto belay stations. Like they have multiple options. Many of them. I see they lately added what, 6, 10, 16 or more, so it's plenty. When you come at a good hour like now, it is plenty of choice, and you get to enjoy it and take it out of your system. But I'm doing it not because I want to prove something, not because it is who I am. And even Via Ferrata, why I'm doing Via Ferrata more than anything else, because I can do it alone, but not by choice. Whatever I'm doing is not by choice. It is the only way I can actually access the activities or do this type of activities. It is by force, I will say, not by choice. Where I want to point is towards the people that are bragging, because I keep seeing it on internet. I solo did that, I solo did that, I've gone there by myself, oh, what a big thing. I think it's bad. It is bad for the psychology, bad for the character, bad when it comes to socializing yourself and who you are in society. I don't believe this is a good direction to solo do. You do it because there is no option. We should always give optionality to people, because finding someone or a group of people like mine, it can become very, very difficult. And then synchronizing the calendar, and then having the money to afford going when others go, and so forth. And unfortunately, we no longer organize these trips now, or boot camps, where you pay less, maybe you go with a coach or something, you have everything organized. Doesn't happen. The industry, unfortunately, didn't evolve in that direction. Netflix, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, this is what evolved. And then to squeeze you of money here in the city, they want to keep you trapped into the system, into the matrix. This is where I'm pointing, this solo warrior mentality that I see it all over the place, and it spreads because me, I'm nobody on YouTube, for example. Everything I'm moving because I have a son. Me, I'm nobody on YouTube, on internet. Nobody watches because the algorithm that doesn't push or doesn't promote people like me or content like mine. But then you have the other people promoted in this mentality, and they don't explain why, or they make it look like this is what you should choose. No, you should not choose that. You should choose to have friends, to go with friends, to be surrounded by people, to do it with someone or with some other people. You should not choose the solo warrior. There is nothing to prove. I can tell you that. I did a lot of things all by myself my entire life, and there is nothing that I can say I'm happy about. Yes, okay, I did it. There was no option for me then to do it. Otherwise, I would have stayed at home on the couch and doing nothing. To be able to get up the couch, out the door, there into the outdoors, I had to do it this way, solo. But I don't believe it is how it should actually happen, and I don't like it. And yes, I did it. I did the Gran Paradiso solo, which I almost risked my life. Well, I risked my life and I almost died. Well, we don't know if I would have died, but you get the idea. I got into trouble. I was almost there. No, I got into trouble actually. And then everything else. I do this Belay Lake Moldovano peak in the same day. It is a very hard, at once demanding climb. I'm doing Via Ferrata solo, all these things, no? But it's not healthy. So when you see a video on internet about I solo did that, not healthy. Try not to let yourself persuaded by that. I lately see on internet also videos about how they get ready, how they do that, and who's behind, because they try now to persuade people to think it is okay to engage into different types of activities. They are trying to promote that the same way other things have been promoted to us in the past 100 years, and we believed them. We started to do that. It became normality here. I thought I bounced into someone. It became normality here. It became normality into our society. But is it healthy? Did it brought us into a better place? Did it help us to be better or to gain better overall? I don't believe so. So yes, this solo warrior mentality or examples or content on internet, not healthy. And I want to make it clear, I'm doing it, and I'm on the channel. What I'm doing is to enable everyone to take care of him or herself. But be advised, my message is, when you go on a Via Ferrata, go with friends. It's better to go with friends, but remember, you are on your own. They cannot help you. They might be able to call help for you. They might be able to get you out of a situation, but at the end of the day, climbing the route, it is your responsibility, not theirs. They are there just to socialize you, just to make it better as an overall experience, to instill a certain pace to life in general, but only that. So practically, What I'm doing is I'm trying to enable you to take care of yourself where either way you have to do that. It's about you taking care of yourself. And there is nothing wrong with doing it alone, with proving to yourself that you have a capability of doing it alone. Because you have to do that. You have to train yourself. You have to go through the experience. That one is good. That part of doing it alone is good. The part of identifying yourself with solo, with doing it alone to prove something, what, I'm better than you or I can do it without you. No, I don't want to do it without you. I don't want to be in a relationship without the partner. I don't want to be in a marriage without the partner. I don't want to prove something or to demand something from the other person. Because it's wrong. It's the wrong premise. At the end of the day, it's the same thing. You have to be able to do it by yourself. You have to be able to take care of yourself. You have to be able to take care of others. You have to be able to do things by yourself and take them to fulfillment. It is wrong to do it from the vantage point of hatred, or arrogance, or I will show you how good I am, or I will show you that I can do it alone. No, you have to show it, to prove it only for yourself, but not to weaponize it later. It is about you knowing who you are, discovering yourself, and knowing what you can engage in going forward. Can you take care of others? Can you take care of yourself? Can you keep going? Are you getting older? Should you take steps and measures? You should do it because of that, not to weaponize your success against others. I can do it by myself, so I'm someone. No, it should be normality. We should do it because we have to know if we can do it, because we have to know if we can engage into defending others, protecting others, doing something for others, and most of all, taking care of ourselves.